show it to you in a second. Okay, we're good? Okay. So here, you have your straight line. That would be a constant. So when you see a straight line on a production possibilities curve, there's a couple of things you know right away. You know, one, it's constant, opportunity cost. Two, resources are easily adaptable. And you could say right away, you know the two things there, and the two things you would know immediately are resources are not easily adaptable and opportunity cost is increasing. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So when you're using the production possibilities, there's 4 assumptions you got to make. One, like I said, there's only 2 goods that could be produced, even though we know there's a lot more. Second, there's full employment of all resources. That means, and I'll show you this in a second, that all resources are being used to the maximum. 3, that the 4 factors of production are fixed, and that technology is fixed. Now, that being said, there are things that will shift that production possibilities curve. And here are the 3 things that will change it. 1, a change in resource quantity or quality. So more people immigrate to the United States. That's more workers. That is going to shift the production possibilities curve. The second thing is change in technology, because that might allow you to make more things. Technology got worse. And then the third is change in trade, but I'd hold off on trade, okay, for now. So if you just know change in resource quantity or quality and change in technology, those are going to shift it. Now what do I mean by shift is I'll show you that in a second. Okay. All right, any point on this line, so A, B, C, anything on the line, anywhere up, means you're productively efficient. Means you're using your resources at full capacity. Point E, anything inside the line, means you're inefficient. So you're not using your resources to full capacity. Typically, E is unemployment, okay? You're having high unemployment, so you're not using your workforce effectively. Could anyone, what's the first shifter I said of the production possibilities curve? What?
Only 2 goods.
Sorry again.
Only, oh, wait.
First one?
Change in resource quantity and quality.
Okay, so that could be quantity and quality. Now, I want to ask you, is that the same as this? Why not?
Well, I guess it could be a change in quantity of the jobs, because then there's less
Well-
unemployment.
Let's just talk people for a second.
Okay.
Is this a change in quantity or quality of people?
No,
Okay, why not?
because there's just less people working, but that doesn't mean that there's a change in how many people are there.
Okay, so there's just less of the workforce working. Okay, which is right, okay? So notice, this is not a shift in the curve. This is just moving inside to show you that you're not using your resources effectively, okay? Now, the last point that could be on this is F, which is out here. F is unattainable using the resources available at this moment. So the number of people, the quality of the people, the technology, if it all stays the same, F is unattainable. Okay? It only can be attained with a change in the resources. Okay? Are we good on that before I close it down? All right. Okay. So, if I drew this graph, what would happen if there's an increase in population? Someone tell me what they think I should do. Okay, what are you thinking? What do you think we, yeah. Oh, he's taking you off. Go. You're not sure? All right, so let's just say it was a test. You wouldn't leave it blank, right? What would you guess?
I would increase like the area, I guess, make it larger.
So, are you saying like you'd shift the curve like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
But then wouldn't there be inflation because there's so many people
There'd be
working?
what?
Inflation, because you'd be making a lot of goods, but then there might not be a lot of demand.
But all this, inflation has to do with what? With rising prices, right? All this is talking about is what you could produce.
Oh, so you just produce more, but it might not be bought, like.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so you would agree with him then?
I think it would like go the other way, because if you have more people producing things, I think you actually bring costs.
So you're saying it's going to shift this way? Is that what you meant by the other way?
Now that I look at it, it doesn't seem right.
Okay, so you know,
Never mind.
so now you're erasing. Okay. Okay. So if there's an increase in population, what happens? We have more eligible people to work. So his answer was correct. We just push it out like that, okay? So that just means not only can we produce more pizzas, we can produce more robots. We can produce more of both of them. And that makes sense if you think about it. We have more workers. Now, by the way, what is education? What would education do to the production possibilities curve? Does it shift the curve?
I think it would, robots would be higher up because if they're more educated, there's more people like able to make.
Okay, so you're improving the workforce.
Yeah, like it would be a change in the quality of resources if we're using people as like a resource.
Okay, yes. All right, excellent. All right, now, what if there is a technology improvement in pizza ovens? And by the way, there has been tremendous improvement in pizza ovens over the years. There are. It used to be, and you could go into the old-time kind of pizza store, like, and you know, they work on those Baker Pride, like stones, and they cook the pizza. And then you go into Pizza Hut, and they have like a conveyor belt where you can't even get burnt, and you don't even have to watch the pizza. It comes out cooked, and like, you know, any idiot could cook a pizza. So there has been tremendous improvements. And how do you think this graph would look? Yes.
Yes.
So When you say it's not steep, what do you mean?
How far goes out on the pizza side would be more even how far goes out on the pizza side.
So you think this would just change? Would there be a shift? Would the curve shift outward or inward? Or it would shift outward? And would it reflect both of them improving? Just which one? Just pizzas. Okay, good stuff. You're good. And there you are. Okay? All right. Any questions on this before I test them? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to test them. But any questions before I ask you to do some problems? Okay, so, I forgot to talk about this. So, anyone remember in the 4 factors of production what our capital goods are? Anyone?
Things that make things.
Things that make things. And consumer goods would be what? Come on. Consumer goods are, you guys know, you do every day. What? Yeah, things that you buy, like, you know, food and shirts and clothes and shoes. I think of shoes because my wife has like 5,000 pairs. She has 5,000 pair. If I go out to buy new shoes, she goes, "Why are you buying new shoes?" I have 1 pair. All right, now, if I'm thinking of the future growth of the United States, do I want to invest more in capital goods or consumer goods? So I'm looking for the future economic growth of the United States. Not right now, the future economic growth of the United States. Do I want to invest in capital goods or consumer goods? And why? Since he took you off the first time.
Capital.
Okay, talk.
Because things that make things could make more things to make consumers. You know what I'm trying to say? That you could-
I got you perfectly clear. Okay? Do you agree? Would you go with capital or consumer goods and why?
I would go with capital goods.
Okay, and your reasons would be?
I didn't really hear her that clearly. I think.
Okay, that's good. So you could just say what you wanted.
Okay, well, I think if you invest in capital goods now, you would invest in machines that make other things, so that in the future they will make better consumer goods and your economy will flourish.
That's almost word for word what she said. So you guys are good. Anyone who would invest in consumer goods now? No one? No one's going for consumer goods? All right, capital goods is long-term economic growth, okay? So anytime you invest in capital goods, long time. Okay. You guys are much, much sharper than last year's group. They fell for all those. All right, here's what I'd like you to do. I'm going to give you like 7 different scenarios. And I'd like you to do this on your own. Now, again, I'm going to say, you can get every one of these wrong and you'll still be fine. But at least you'll get, if you do it on your own without asking your partner, what you know and what you don't know. So, and that's what we're here for. So these are the 7 scenarios. Have at it. I'll give you like 4 or 5 minutes to go through them. I gave you space for each one, right? Okay? And I'll walk around if you have any questions.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay?
Yes.
Do you want us to draw?
Yeah, you want to like we did on the practice, you showed the graph. Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, you want to show the change. said, you could just leave that as original, right?
Because Victoria's Secret television
Do we do, so for the consumer versus capital, is it one graph or is it one for each?
Oh, it's just capital on one
Okay.
and goods on,
Thank
and
you.
consumer on the
Hi
other.
guys.
Dedicated students here.
Amazing.
That's like,
You must want something right.